Hi y'all. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm Jessica Lee, the Secret Psychic. I guess I forgot to make a sticker for a link to my website. I'll put a link in the comments, I guess, after the show. Let me see. Can I do it while I'm in the chat or on live? No. I can invite people to watch. I'm still kind of new to this Facebook live thing or doing videos, period. I guess I can share my broadcast. I'm trying to see if I can leave comments at all right now. But I guess I've got this thing open. I'll just wait. We got some time to see who pops in and says hello. Well, while I'm over here, I got a screen open on my page, so I'm just looking for more people to invite. May as well, why not? But I'm Jessica Lee. I'm a intuitive psychic, a healer, and I don't even know who to invite. Like, I know I have quite a few friends on here and followers, but I'll just trust the universe. We'll make sure who needs to be here will be here, right? We gotta have some trust. So, as I mentioned, I'm Jessica. I do readings for a living, and I can read a book, but when I say readings, I do mean like psychic readings, card readings, energy readings. I was born this way, as Lady Gaga would say, and it took me quite a long time to really realize that I was psychic, and then once I did realize it, I had I guess I want to say some dogmatic beliefs to overcome. Closed-mindedness from family and whatnot. So it's taken me a lifetime, really, almost, to get to the point where I was doing readings professionally. I started professionally in 2007, I want to say, after doing free readings, a lot of free readings on an old website a lot of people used to go to called MySpace. I mean, not quite boomers were on MySpace, but then the generation after the boomers, I guess my generation, Generation X, we loved us on MySpace. It was where we went before there was Facebook. I still, to this day, I don't know why everyone moved over to Facebook. MySpace had so much more to offer. Like, we could make these, like, our main page, like we have on Facebook now. Okay, on MySpace we could decorate it. We could like put skins on our wall. We could play music, all sorts of stuff. It's like basically we had our own website, like main page where everybody, that came to our MySpace could find out about us, what we like, what we don't like, what groups we're in, all sorts of stuff. It was cooler, I thought. And I don't know why everyone moved to Facebook. I was like, this place is so boring. Like all the white walls everywhere, whitewashed everything. Literally. But here we are. I eventually came to Facebook too because everybody else was leaving MySpace. I guess it's still in business, but it's like a whole different thing now. Whole different thing. Alright. We're still at the magical 0. Did y'all know 0 is my favorite number? It is. What's cool about it, okay, this was a revelation that came to me while I was walking with Spirit. And I'll back up a little bit and say my obsession or, love for the number 0, I didn't always have it. It came to be during the period of my awakening when the Holy Ghost came to me in 2016. I was a professional psychic then too, and life was going really good. I was actually getting ready to open an office, but then the Holy Ghost came and I ended up on a 7-year journey. So where I'm backing up to is, while I was still at my old apartment, I had a lot of really weird things happening. That all these series of events, some of them were major, some of them were minor, but all of them accumulated, made me a believer in a very, very short time. And one of the strange things was somebody kept leaving stuff on my porch and on the stairs up to my door at the apartment I was at. The first one I can remember getting was a Caribbean magazine, and it was like for Christmas, but by the time it was on my porch, it was like well into March. And I remember that was so weird. I mean, it was weird. Like, who put this here? It's a little late. It was a strange, strange random thing. But I ended up driving down the Beltway soon after this. Beltway is like a highway road here in Texas. And so I'm driving down there, and like I said, it's like March. And I noticed this billboard sign is for Christmas. Like, also Christmas. And it wasn't there before. It was like, they just decided to put it up now in March, like after Christmas. And not only was it Christmas, but it was for the year before. It was for the year before. So I'm just like, what is going on? And I'm just being reminded too. Also, another weird thing was, what was her? Demi Lovato came out with a song, "Cool for the Summer," but it was the winter time. Like, why is this song coming out in the winter? It's called "Cool for the Summer." Like, just weird shit. And also, I'm being reminded, this is also when CERN started their experiments. So as they're starting their experiments, I got a Tesla store opening up across the road, and all this weird shit's just happening in my life. So with that being said, okay, so somebody left some strange random Caribbean magazine on my porch for Christmas in March. And then, like, not even a week later, somebody could have been the same person, I don't know. There's another thing on my stairs, and this time it's a notebook, and it's got like all these dates, and it's like somebody's journal of some kind. But I'm noticing it's my handwriting. That was the first thing I noticed. Whoa, this person writes just like me. It's got very important dates, and they're dates that I know for myself in my own life were important, but for different reasons that were in the book. But it was sticking out. And whoever wrote this, they kept writing. What was it? 0 or 8 or 0. And then they wrote something else in there about how, like, you know, a 0 is a 0, but if you twist it up, that's infinity. And just something about it, it was like it started some kind of synapses in my brain where suddenly numbers had a whole new meaning to me. It's something mystical. So I started loving the number 0 once this, like, stimulated my brain. Like, wow, that is true. If you take a 0 and you twist it, you make an 8. So it's like infinity and it's 0. And then I started thinking about how, like, okay, a 1 is just a 1. And a 0 is nothing. But for some reason, when we put a nothing next to that 1, ooh, it's 10. If we put 2 nothings next to it, it's 100. So, just weird shit. So, like, I started this conversation about the number 0 because I only had 0 viewers, and now I have 1. So hello and thank you for watching. And the cool thing about the number 0 also is that it represents all possibilities. It's like you have a space that holds a space. It's a space holder, and there's like unlimited potential within the number 0. And the more I learn about tarot, the more this is like reinforced. It's like what spirit and whoever left me these notebooks in 2016, like they planted these seeds that led me to have these revelations, but nobody told me, you know. But I'm learning. Yeah, it is like what I was thinking. It is 0 is like everything, and if you get it twisted, don't get it twisted. But if you do twist it, you know, it can go on forever, every which way. I don't know why I'm shuffling. If you're watching, thank you for joining. I'm Jessica Lee. I'm a very metaphysically minded, spiritually minded person, and God has given me quite a story and a journey. So now I can say I'm inspirational too, because of what I've lived through, I've gone through. It's not easy. Spirit told me in 2016 that I was one of the 144,000, and I don't say that with pride at all. It was I was very surprised to hear that. That took me a long time to really digest. But with that being said, the chosen ones, the ones that we've heard were coming for many years, all my life I heard they were coming, they do not have an easy life. They have to go through a lot of trials and a lot of tribulations, and they are constantly being refined by God, constantly. We really can't let our guards down too much in this life, because we are tested and we are attacked. And unfortunately, I know in my case, as well as others I've talked to, you know, a lot of our biggest challenges and obstacles, unfortunately, are coming from our own family. Those that we're supposed to be able to love and trust, we're not able to. And that teaches us, over time, to use that discernment. Many times we get a bad feeling about things and people, but we want to see the good in people, and we push forward, and we take these chances that our own spirit has warned us, to be careful about. So my own spirit's telling me, clear this air. Clear the air right now. So we have to be discerning when we are walking in this path. It's one of the tests we have to pass. And if we're not able to, we're going to keep getting sent these situations and these hardships through people, through loved ones, until we really learn how to manage our feelings and to see things, I want to say practical, but also like a detached way, because we're walking on this path, and God is our focal point, and He's our reason for everything. And we live in a world where a lot of what God's people are supposed to be doing, it's laughed at. It's laughed at, it's looked down on, and it makes us an easy target when we are doing the right things. We're living in a world full of snakes and wolves, and it's hard to know who you can trust. Also, Spirit's reminding me of this. A lot of us in general these days, we've come from a broken home where the Father's not present. And this is pretty ironic, as above, so below. As one of the things I'm hearing right now. And we've created this world, we've written this narrative where the Father is so removed from us, and now we see this reflected down here on earth. Now the fathers are removed from the families. And I don't know what started what, if this is just a reflection of what actually is going on, in the ether, or if it's just a reflection of how, when we tell ourselves these narratives, it does affect us. It does affect our actions. And I'm not saying this is what a lot of those absentee fathers or parents are saying, well, if God left us, then I don't need to do this. I don't know. But the thought has occurred to me. And if that is the case, for shame, if you really believe your Father in heaven or earth will leave you and just abandon you. He may give you some space to figure it out, but He's not leaving you. Promise that. Not leaving. But they'll say, okay, I'll just read what I wrote down. The generation was born without earthly fathers, not out of punishment, but because their Father is God. They are children of God. Now it is up to them to find Him and see He's always been there to raise us up. So it was just a thought that occurred to me this morning about, how in fact there are so many people, myself included. My father, Leroy, he was here on this planet, and he just passed away a few years ago. But due to circumstances and choice, I guess, he wasn't there in my life from the age of 8 onward. He was there for me when I needed him most, in spirit. During my trials and tribulations, it seemed like He reached out right before it kicked off. My Father on earth had reached out to me, and He was with me through that all. He tried to. He was the only family member that did send me money to help me out and to try to get me, into a safer area. And unfortunately, God had another plan. And just before I was about to leave to go to my Father here on earth, the police took me into custody, and I missed my bus. They took me into custody on some bullshit. So that's another reason why I know, that was God. God saying, no, not time yet. And ironically, my father, his middle name is Gordon. And while I was in custody, missing my bus ride, a huge storm called Gordon tore up the country. And I was like, yeah, my father's not happy. He was expecting me to be there, and I'm not there. And now we have Storm Gordon tearing up the country. That's just kind of how my life works. But so my father, he wasn't here with me on earth, like most traditional fathers are supposed to be or said to be. But he was there for me, in his own ways. And the point I'm getting to is, even I had to go through this, growing up with a rocky family, a rocky start. And I was, I'm able to see the good in it. And I'm able to see, even my father, he had to move out when I was 8. Him and my mom did not mix well together. And thankfully, I don't know where the idea came to me, but not long after that separation, it occurred to me that there was more peace in the home. And, my father did seem distracted while he was under the same roof. And as an adult now, I understand he was overwhelmed. It's my mom. She was a handful. But as an 8-year-old, I was able to see, you know, maybe it's better this way, because my dad wasn't able to be in a happy mindset when he was there, but he was a lot happier when he was out of the home. You know, so stuff like that. You know, I was able to put it in a perspective that allowed me to have more peace with the change in that life and with him not being as present as I wanted. And later in life, I had to find other stories to tell myself or rationalizations. But whether they're true or not, you know, I guess that's perspective. But for me, it worked, you know. My dad was a happier person out of the home. And God did let our paths come cross again, you know, after we were separated for so long. Our paths did cross many times. And always at the most perfect time when I needed him most, or when I needed his wisdom, or to just know what he'd been through, because me and my father do share a very similar journey. Okay, so we're gonna go on. Spirit's telling me we're not gonna spend too much here today because there's not that many watchers, and I don't know. They're like, just listen. I don't always get the reasons either, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull some cards. We're gonna do just a general reading. They're saying we're just doing a general reading. This is intended for those who it fits for. Ideally, Spirit's going to do a cast out and attract the right person who this is for to come watch this video. So I'll just do it. We'll put it out there. Okay, Spirit is also saying we do have other things we're going to talk about, so we're not leaving just yet. But we're not going to be here for too long. We're here for a good time, and not a long time. So I hope everyone's having a good day. I don't know about y'all, but this has been a weird holiday weekend. Energy-wise, I mean, I really am not a social butterfly like I used to be. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because of what I see on the internet. But I've seen a lot of people that are like boycotting 4th of July, which I was raised Jehovah's Witness, so if we all got rid of all of the holidays, I could care less. Not because I am a Jehovah's Witness, but I already went without so long, so it's not really an issue to me. It'll be another reason to save money, if anything. I mean, how much money are we spending on these holidays, guys? How much money are we putting into corporate America's pocket after we just already don't work our butt off for them? I just don't get it. Is it really necessary? I don't think so. I'll live without fireworks. Alright, we're gonna go to this deck. So I'm using the Ask Your Guides Oracle and the, how do you say this word? Vitacera Tarot. Oh wow, we got 2 people. Hi y'all. Thanks for coming in. I'm just about to do a general reading here. We'll see what comes up. We shall see. Ooh. And if you are joining, I do offer free mini readings to my viewers on the live. It's kind of the only time I really offer free readings. But if you do go to my website, new clients can get a reading for just $15. Covers about 20 minutes. If you're returning, then it's $25 for 20 minutes. And otherwise, and that's by appointment only. Usually we can get you in same day appointments. Typically it's usually same day to the next day I get you in there. And otherwise, if you are in a hurry and you need it now, for $4.44 a minute, you can join me on Bitwine, which is another website I work on. As I said earlier, I'm going to put a link in the comments once this live is finished. And the link, it's going to be to my Linktree, which is a really cool app that I have now. And I highly recommend it to anybody who's got websites or they're doing any kind of networking or promoting. But it's super cool. Linktree, it's kind of like you get a main page where you can put all your links and whatever you want. Just, when you share your link, whatever you want people to go see, you can put it all in one spot. Like on mine, I have a link for my Google reviews. So whenever I get reviews, people People can go on this link tree and they can go see my new reviews. They can check out my new blogs. They can go check out the horoscopes that I do, the free horoscopes for the month. Y'all could check out. I just started a new thing. I'm doing readings also for the elemental signs. So I don't know if y'all know this yet, but okay, we got the typical 12 signs of the zodiac, or if you're looking at my site, we got 13 signs that we're looking at. And either way, with every zodiac sign, there's an element associated with it. So it could be fire, water, air, earth, air, water, fire, however you like to say it, whatever order. So with these newer readings, they're going to be on under a tab called Elements. And so I focus on each of the elements. And I also put each sign that's associated with the element underneath, so you're able to identify which one's for you. So I do those now too. I just kind of whipped it up yesterday. Spirit was like, all right, we're doing this now. And I'm just going with it, y'all. I try to set my own plans, but I promise you, 90% of the plans I set for myself, they are delayed or they don't come to fruition. And God reminds me, you need to check in with me more. Like, run it by me. Let's make sure we're on the same page, Jess. And I'm fine with it, I just got to a point where I laugh about it. It's like, well, this is kind of what I want. I want to go try it. And if it works, cool. And if not, then I just trust that the time is not now, or God's got something else in mind, and I'm just going to have to go with it. That's walking in faith, my way. You try what you can, you go put some effort in, but if the budge is not budging, then maybe you need to take a break for a minute. Maybe there's something else that needs to happen first. Trust and believe. Okay, so the first two cards that came out of the Ask Your Guides Oracle are Truth and Partnerships in Love. So I'm hearing with this, face facts. Face facts, and this is having to do with someone or people that you're involved with, interacting with, that are in your lives. There's something about them that you're not wanting to admit to yourself or see. And the Spirit's kind of saying, for some of y'all, it's not so much that you don't want to see it or believe it, but that this person's kind of been masking or hiding things from you, and you're about to find out. You're about to find out, and it may not be so easy to accept for some of you. Some of you kind of have a feeling, you just don't want it to be true. Okay, looking at this would be typically the past area over here, the first little group of cards that I get. We have Intuition with the Hangman. So Intuition with the Hangman, I'm hearing with Intuition, you knew this would happen. And with the Hangman, I'm feeling like, okay, for whoever this is for, recently your world's kind of flipped upside down. Whatever you were betting on, whatever basket you had all your eggs in, may have flipped over recently. Something that you've been counting on or relying on or trusting in flipped the other way. You had a feeling it was coming. You had a feeling. And I'm just hearing you are prepared, like, mentally and emotionally for this flip side. You're going to have to see things from a flip side. Presently, we have the Death card with 3 of Cups. Okay, so we got a lot of cups on this table. This is definitely about a relationship. Ooh-wee. Okay. So there is a change to a union, and with the 3 of Cups, this could show a group or a community. There's a change. You're having to let something go, and you're not ready to, is what I'm hearing. This will be your motivations, your feelings, subconscious feelings which drive your actions and motivations. We have leadership and 2 of Cups, so you're hoping this is just a pitfall, a little stop. You're still pursuing this person. You're not ready to give it up. You still see that there's good. You're still holding on to this good. You still see the potential. All right, we're obstacle cards. We have Discipline with the Page of Cups. So I do feel like even though something has changed, something's like not going forward anymore, or it's flipped over, the scales of balance have shifted. So you're trying to move forward still. You're not willing to give up. You're not wanting to give up. also feel it. I'm getting this like little message like you're trying to get rid of any competition or any other obstacles, distractions. I hope that makes sense. Looking at the obstacle card, we have discipline with the Page of Cups. So you're likely trying to start, like, I want to say, start up another chapter with this person in mind. You want this new beginning. You're trying to work for it. I'm hearing Spirit say you can't do it all alone. If they're not really willing to cooperate, if they're not really in this with you, you're dancing on your own. So I'm hearing with this situation, this person's already made it clear to you about how they feel. And I'm just getting a real strong feeling you're I want to say trying to rationalize it into meaning something else. But they've already been clear. So you're still trying to work on this. I just keep seeing somebody like CPR, doing CPR. You're trying to revive it. This person's still in contact with you. I feel like they are like within the group of friends or a group of close associates. So it's not like they're like disappearing out of your life for good. You still have to interact with them. And maybe this might be what's kind of like giving you this reason to think that, no, there's still hope. Because they still have to interact with you. They're still getting along with you. They're still nice, but they're just like, they're not heading in the direction you want them to. And the outcome cards are survival with Temperance. So Spirit's just showing me, you're still going to keep plunging away at this. You're not giving up. You're determined to get your way. You're willing to, you're willing to try different angles, blend different things in together. Like maybe you're taking notes of what got good results in the past and what hasn't, and you're trying to find like the perfect mix to be the perfect person to draw this person in closer. But that's not the way that we find love in life. That is not how we do it. We don't try to fit a mold that somebody else, I should say a mold that we think fits what somebody else is going to want, because that's just what you think. They're not all that you're hearing from this person is signs and clues and straight up sorry, not available, not interested. So you're gonna have to see the truth in this. Spirit's reminding me too that this is going to be a very hard year for a lot of us. A lot of us are going to have to really, I want to say, get real with ourselves, but it's not just getting real with ourselves. We're going to have the mirror, like, the mirror in Snow White. Mirror, the mirror is going to be hunting us down, y'all. I hope y'all understand me when I tell you this. The mirror is coming for you. And this is really a great example of the type of stuff that's going to be happening. If you are being delusional about your situations that you're going through or the outcome of it, you're going to find out this year that you're your own enemy when you do this. When you're not taking the signs that are right in front of you or spoken directly to you, and you try to twist it into something else, you are doing yourself a horrible disservice, and you're dragging things out longer, and you're causing more pain to yourself, and also putting stress on these other people, where you're just running with your own narrative. It's reminding me of my older brother. Man, I could tell him one thing, and he turns it into something else, and a year later, he's still going to try to tell me that I told him something that he twisted it into, and it wasn't actually what I said at all. So I'm getting definite flashbacks of dealing with this. So don't be my brother in that light. Don't be him. Understand, everybody's moving at their own pace. Everybody has what they want and what they don't want. And sometimes it's going to be you, and sometimes it's not. And it's not your job to find out the secret formula to make them desire you. It's your job to figure out why you keep wanting to chase somebody who's not even interested in the first place. Because why are you doing that? What's the point? It's not going to... yes, if you get them to come around. If you get them to come around, you win them over for a week or a year, Why do you even have to do all that? Was it really worth it? Let me know next year if it was really worth it. Or if you feel depleted and drained and unappreciated. If you feel taken for granted, because after all, this person didn't find the value in you from the get-go. You had to go through all these acrobats to make them see it. You had to put on a mask to make them see it. So whatever they're seeing isn't even the real you. So I hope a lot of us are going to get clear about that. I know we will. I don't have to hope. Spirit's like, no, we will. We will. Y'all are going to figure it out. Okay, so the other thing I was going to talk about before I head out is the transits. As y'all may know by now, I'm not a professional astrologer. I do not use birthdays. You don't have to tell me your birthday or your boo's birthday to get a reading. I don't need that. I work with energy, but I am studying astrology more. And I mean, I can watch these updates and I can relay the info. So with that said, I watched Cam White this morning. He gives updates every Sunday about what the week's gonna be like. So some of this I'm quoting him, and the rest of it I'm just kind of paraphrasing. But I'll just give some highlights. Starting tomorrow, July 7th. Okay, he says Uranus ingresses into Gemini. That's in the morning. Venus trines Pluto. Moon trines Mercury. Square Mars and Sag. So tomorrow's going to start off a bit like, hi, I'm here. There's going to be some big disrupt, some shocking moment, some grand entrance that kind of shakes us off our core for a minute, or like I said, it's distracting. So whatever we're focused on is going to kind of get thrown on the back burner for a little bit tomorrow. We're going to have something new come to us, something shocking, makes us curious, and we're being encouraged to have an open mind starting tomorrow. Okay, so when we set out on our goals in our past, we have things in mind of how it's going to work out. Well, this week we're being asked to let go of those expectations of how we think it should be. And I've been making a lot of posts about this week, so I'm like, okay, cool. My vibe is still in line with astrology, because really, we we need to stop. It's like when we have these preconceived notions and life doesn't line up exactly the way that we think, it kind of ruins our vibe, I have to say. Like for me, when I'm like, oh, but I wanted that. It's like the spoiled kid who wanted one thing and they didn't get it. They got something else. And it's still a good thing, but because they're so sad about the one thing that they wanted they didn't get, it just takes away from their joy. And that's a human thing. We set ourselves up that way. So let's try to let go of these preconceived notions of how it's all got to be, or it's got to work out like this, or it's no good. And I'm hearing Spirit say that goes for like the signs we're asking for. A lot of people are asking for signs. I mean, it's happened from the dawn of time, I'm sure. But I'm getting this feeling like a lot of people are asking for more signs this year, more proof. They're starting to hear the call from Spirit. Maybe they're starting to notice something's different in the air, and they're asking for like, is this real? Am I feeling this right? And they're wanting some confirmation from Spirit World. So yeah, then Spirit's reminding me of long ago. Long ago, I was meditating. I would do meditations for, I'm not even lying, y'all, 2 hours straight, sometimes longer. I worked from home. I only had one son then, and he would go to the Montessori school. So I had hours of free time, to do as I needed or wanted. And when I didn't have customers, that's what I would do. I would meditate. So during some of these meditations, I ended up meeting I call her my spirit mama, Sasha. And when I first started seeing her through these meditations, I never had an experience like that, for one thing. And she was very verbal, very assertive, very mama bear-like. And I really wasn't sure how to take it. And I was like, am I crazy? I mean, I really questioned my sanity. Why am I seeing this black lady shaking her head at me like I did something wrong? Like, why am I seeing this every time I close my eyes? So I prayed, I guess, but I asked for a sign. I was like, if you're real, lady, I want to see the word real written right here on this piece of paper next to my bed on the table. I left the paper out, I left the pen out, and I waited. I waited almost 2 weeks, and nothing happened. But about that 2-week mark, I woke up one morning, and just to sum up the story, my 2-year-old then, he had gotten a marker that I had put on top of the fridge, so his 2-year-old ass would not get the marker. But I wake up, and somehow he's got it, and he's drawn some, like, abstract face on his leg. And then I notice, like, there's writing on the blinds, and I go look, and it's the letters R-E-A-L. Shit you not. I got a photo of it. Ask me for it. I'll pull it up. Promise. It's on my old Facebook page, matter of fact. So this is just an example of how, like, I asked for a very specific sign, and because I didn't get it as soon as I thought I should, I started to, like, block out this blessing that was Sasha. I started to block her out. It took me a long time to get that connection flowing like it was, because I did block her out for a few days, and then the sign came through my son, my then 2-year-old. And I mean, like, well, I can't deny it now. Like, my 2-year-old surely didn't, like, come up with this grand plan to, like, trick mommy or haha, you know, it really happened. So that's just a little reminder of, like, as we're moving through and we're asking for signs also, you know, with the theme of, you know, letting go of preconceived notions of how things are supposed to go. Be patient with spirit, too. You know, you can definitely ask for your signs, but be patient and be open-minded as far as how receiving them is going to look like. You know, sometimes I even get a message from spirit, which is a response to something I asked for, and sometimes it takes me a few days to be like, oh duh, they answered already, oh duh. You know, sometimes it takes a minute for it to all click, so be patient. What else do we have here? This is for Monday. This is starting things off. Cam also predicted that Monday would be a time for intense and powerful connections. It would be a good time for lots of conversations. Might be a chance to connect with some powerful people that might be able to open doors or inspire you, that lead you to your next step on what you need to do. Right, the trine for square part, he was saying, you know, there could be some loud and disruptive energies, but overall we should have a fun and exciting time, especially in the evening. Let's see. Tuesday, the moon is in void in Sagittarius, so overall it's supposed to be a really chill day. Like, it should be pretty, like, just chill. It could be a good day for a little adventure, you know, getting off of the usual norm of your day-to-day routine. You might jump off, take a break, or not feel motivated, you know. And if you're not feeling motivated, don't force it too much. I mean, go ahead and try to do what you can do, but listen to our bodies. It's really going to be important. We need to listen to our bodies. If we're feeling tired, if we don't feel motivated, go ahead and take a day off. Take 2 days off. Don't ever take more than 2 days off, though. That's what Spirit told me. Don't take more than 2 days off. I'll be right back, y'all. I have to go use the bathroom. I'll be back. I'm back. Here we go. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to go on to Wednesday. Wednesday's supposed to be a pretty big day if I remember correctly. Let's see. Moon ingresses Capricorn, square Saturn and Neptune. That's pretty big. The moon is in Capricorn. That's pretty big. Let's see. So, per my notes, according to Cam's predictions, we got seriousness of the week starts here on Wednesday. Moon's going to be in detriment, and it reflects our internal vibes, which may require some detaching from our feelings. So with Saturn and Neptune together, we're going to realize where we have overcommitments and reassess our boundaries. This is going to be the start off of the suck it up, buttercup revolution in Saturn. Saturn's really, it's going to be doing some things this year. We can see our visions, but we also see where the glitter wears off when we have Saturn and Neptune together. It's going to start showing us where maybe we've been fooling ourselves. Okay, what else we got here? We're going to see the gaps in who we are and who we want to be, and we're going to start formulating and preparing to figure out what we got to do to close that gap up, to make things match. When our outsides aren't matching our insides, that can be an awkward place. So we're going to have to figure out how to tighten it up, how to get things done. This might be a time where our insecurities have a bit of a spotlight, where we realize, our weaknesses more. And it's not supposed to be a time to wallow in our self-pity, though. It's supposed to inspire us to make some changes, because that's what we got to do this year. We're making changes. For some of us, we may feel blocked, detached, unable to accept or give, and that's actually going to be what blocks us from having the blessings that we can have this week, starting with Wednesday. So what I'm hearing is, make sure you keep an open heart, and if you're feeling hurt or disgruntled, try not to take it out on everybody. Don't close yourself off, because there is something good that's coming for you, and it's just waiting around the corner. So make sure you keep your positivity up and be willing to hear people out. This gift that's coming to you, what I'm hearing from Spirit now is it might not necessarily be a physical gift. It could be an emotional gift or a mental gift, as far as bringing you peace, enlightenment, just hearing peace of mind. So don't cut yourself off from that. All right, and the next one, Thursday, we got the moon trining Mars. Mars is going to be in Virgo still. The full moon is in Capricorn officially. So we're going to be plotting, planning, and scheming come Thursday. Mars is in Virgo, so that means we're going to be real detailed, astute with our accuracy. We got a plan and we got a list, and we're going to take care of things. A moon in Capricorn also is about getting that list done. We get the list made and we start taking steps on acting it out. Cam also said Saturn is motionless right now. It's like the calm before the storm. It's the calm before the storm. So get ready, y'all. Get ready. Okay, so what else does this mean? So the moon's stuck. And while it's stuck, you're able to see what you need. What you need. There's emphasis on that. What do you need? You need to figure that out. Once you're able to see that more clearly, you can figure out what to do and how serious it is and where you've been failing. You're going to see how really serious it is. So if you've been putting off paying a bill like me, maybe you're going to have a collection agency start calling. There's going to be there's going to be a fallback is what Spirit's telling me. The things that we have not taken seriously, we've been putting off, procrastinating on, it's going to come back and haunt us if we don't wrap it up and handle it real soon. And when it does, you're going to realize, yeah, I could have avoided this if I was more responsible, if only I was more mature, if only I stopped making excuses, if only I lost those rose-colored glasses. Whatever your case may be, you're going to realize you kind of fucked up. You could have avoided it. And now that you got your hand slapped, or that you're about to, it's going to make you want to do some things different. And that's what it's supposed to do. It's to inspire change. It's not to punish you. But these things happen when we don't handle our business. There's a consequence, There is. That's why I love Saturn. A lot of people are like, "Oh, Saturn's so evil, bro." That's the master of time and karma. Saturn knows the energy of Saturn, whatever you want to call it, the god of Saturn. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. It's like complaining to your teacher for giving you homework. Like, did you sign up for the class? Well, why are you complaining? Do you want to be a master and successful in life and have good things come to you with minimal effort just because of your good karma? Well, then you better learn from Saturn. Alright, so then we're moving on. Let's see. Okay, so first day, what's hidden is revealed. We take time to absorb and acknowledge what's gone wrong and what needs to change. And we ask ourselves what we need. How do we get it? By Friday, the moon's in Aquarius. It ingresses. Oh, I may be saying this wrong, but we'll say the moon ingresses into Aquarius and trines Uranus. Moon sextile Saturn and Neptune as they conjoin Pluto. Well, that sounds like one hell of a shebang to me. According to Cam, he says there's going to be more intellectual detachment. More intellectual detachment. So it's like a logical choice not to get emotional, I would say. And you're being detached while you're considering things you're curious about, the unknown. So it's kind of like you're being more open to possibilities, and not having such a narrow view on what needs to be or how. So you're considering all these possibilities with an open mind and without getting overly attached to the possibility or the possibility of the outcome. It's kind of like you're just trying to pragmatically plan ahead right here. We try into Saturn and Uranus. So you're trying to create your new reality. This is where I'm hearing it's really kicking off. So Thursday, Friday is where it really starts kicking off, where you feel the fire under your ass. You're going to feel the urgency to make a change, to find a solution, and also to find a way to blend with how you want others to see you, with how you see yourself, and how to make your dreams more real. Okay. And then we're going to, let's see. Also more for Friday. We have to face our fears. We're going to have to face our fears, and we gain new thoughts to help us move forward. Now Saturday, there's when the moon's in Aquarius, trine Venus, opposite Mercury. Mercury's in Leo. And Saturn is retrograding. This is like Saturn. Father time going retrograde. So according to our dear Cam White, he says it's an awesome day for socializing. But there's a chance that there could be some misunderstandings. He mentioned the Leo Mercury thing, so there could be a little boastfulness, I would say. Or, yeah, I wouldn't say boastfulness. Like, we all know Virgos, we got our shit together, we're judgy, and then add a speakerphone to that. So, well, let's be careful, especially the Virgos, mutable signs. Let's be careful about how proud we are on Saturday, or over-promising. I'm getting the feeling like we definitely should not do any over-promising, because we may fall flat on our face with something that we are bragging about. Something great we're bragging about. What else we got here? Okay, Cam said consider your audience, basically. So when we're communicating, as we're socializing, just be mindful of who you're talking to or who's in the room. Be mindful of who's in the room. You never know when you're entertaining angels. That's one thing Spirit's saying. But also, you never know who you're speaking to that may be in a position of power to make or break you. So make sure we're on our best behavior Saturday while we're socializing and mingling. You don't know who you may be making an impression on that could affect your future. All right, and then we also, what do we got? Okay, so Saturn's been moving about in Aries. We're getting our new purpose. We're getting like more clues and insights into where our direction in life is going. We all have our own plans, but Kazimi, Jupiter, we're all getting thrown off right now. Aries with Saturn, everything's on a reset, so everything's going to change. Just get ready for it. Get ready for it, anticipate it, and be ready to make the moves you need to make to move. So with Saturn in retrograde, now it's going to be even harder to get our things done. God help us all. So difficulty level, Cam was explaining it like this. Like before with Saturn, we were getting like the cliff notes, the training video. The like, you're okay, this is your new job, this is what you're getting trained to do, this is what we're working on this year. So you got like the kiddie version of it all. But now Saturn's going retrograde, and it's just going to get a lot more difficult. We're really going to have, it's like, do you really want it? Do you really want it? Are you sure? Or is it just a nice happy thought you had that you could be this, or are you really it? It's kind of, we're going to see what you're made of this year. Are you really who you say you are? Are you really about that life? Or are you going to find out you're something else entirely? Gender reveal on the spirit realm. What are we? What are we really? Okay, so let's see. So you're getting before you were getting ideas, training for what is to come. Now you have to use it or lose it. So now we're out of training mode. Now you have, you got to do it. Whatever happens falls on you. The good, the bad, the recognition, the embarrassing reviews. You're gonna have to move forward without the safety net and without mommy holding your hand. Spirit's telling me, Father Saturn, he is there. He's gonna guide you. but he's kind of gonna put us through it a little harder, just to make sure that we're making sure we're on the right path and we're working towards the right goal. As Cam was saying, the official Suck It Up begins right about now, or on this Saturday to come. So it's going to be more than feeling like, oh, I got to gut through this, but you're going to know you have to. It's not just going to be a feeling. You're going to know you got to suck it up. You got to stick with your commitments. You have to be determined, disciplined. And he was also saying, our rewards, the pat on the back, so to speak. He didn't say it exactly like this, but as we're going through these hard times, we may want some recognition, some pat on the back. Maybe you're going to want an extra raise or extra income, but we need to just focus on getting it right, getting ourselves into a new niche, this new, process. It's like a new pattern, a new way of life. We're making changes. We're becoming something new, so new habits. We have to get into the habits to where we feel more comfortable with what we're working on and what we're doing and this new person we're becoming. We have to really learn to walk into it with confidence. So that's what we're working on, and we're starting to work on as this week goes on. So the beginning of the week's going to be nice and chill, but it's gonna get turned up, y'all. It's gonna get a lot hotter in the kitchen. Cam does promise. Thank you, Cam. Things will get easier in September. So basically, we got July, August. So you got at least 2.5 months of hard, nitty-gritty work, sticking to your principles, staying disciplined, and working through a lot of discomfort and insecurity. Whatever the mirror is coming to show you this week, try not to lie to the mirror. Don't tell the mirror, oh, that's not what I said, when it is what you said. Or that's not what I meant, when it is what you meant. Or, if you have feelings for somebody and it's a dead-end road, don't deny that you have feelings. That's what some people do. Oh, I don't really care about that. I don't care. Yeah, you do. And as long as you keep lying to yourself about how much you care, you're gonna have a hard time moving forward. You're still gonna see things through that anger or bitter lens. So you have to at least admit when you have feelings for something, and then make peace with why it didn't work out, or why you wasted your feelings, and how do you make sure you don't do that again. Until you get to that point, you're gonna keep finding yourself attracted to people that aren't really worth your time, until you realize you're the prize. All right, so we got quite a week ahead of us. I hope I gave you enough of Cam's good cliff notes on the week to come. I don't know. I'm gonna watch his video again. I'll try to remember to put the link in the comments here too for anybody who wants to check out Cam White. He's a pretty cool astrologer. He makes me laugh. He's like, how do I describe Cam from my little Texas perspective? Well, he's cute. We'll start with the physical. He's a cutie. I think that's why I started watching him at first. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, who's this handsome young man? But he's kind of rough around the edges, and when I say that, I mean like he'll say what he thinks, and he's kind of brutal about it. Like somebody asked him like this big long ass question. He was doing like a Q&A, and it was just supposed to be for like general questions, but this one dude like basically is like requesting a whole full life reading on. It's like, and Cam's like, whoa, that wasn't asking me to work for free or anything. And he like, oh, the man was asking about gambling too. Like he wanted winning numbers, and Cam just straight up was like, bro, quit wasting your money. Like, what are you doing? And I was just like, yeah, that's my guy. Cause sometimes I want to tell people like that, but I don't. I'm not there yet. One day I just might. Like, what the hell are you thinking? What are you thinking? Asking me for some lottery numbers. I don't even gamble. I don't even play the lottery. But anyway, I do like Cam. He's pretty good. And Jimmy Ship from the Tarot Ship. I also enjoy his shows. Very, very informative. Oh, and this guy Christopher. Oh, Lord. Y'all have to check out my YouTube page, because I do follow these people, and I do reshare their videos from time to time. So check out my page, too, if you want to see who I follow. Alright, so we're going to wrap that up. It's 1:25. I guess we did do the hour. Cool beans. I made it through another one. Thanks for everybody who watches now or later. and I will put the links in the comments. So if you do want a private reading with me, not here on the Front Street video, I am available pretty much 7 days a week. Sometimes I have to take a day off, but I'm usually available 7 days a week. I do offer intuitive guidance, life coaching, psychic readings, and I am a Reiki master as well. So anyways, check out the link that I post. You can learn more about me, read some of my blogs, read some of the free readings I post for horoscopes or the elements. And yeah, I think that's about it. So this has been another lovely Sacred Sunday. And okay, well, I'm just going to end this one in prayer. Just thank God for this day, this week, this year, for all of the new discoveries, unexpected blessings, and also the hard challenges that I have gone through, and so many others. God, please bless everybody listening, but also those who aren't listening, and let us all just feel that peace that you offer, and let those who are struggling right now, let them feel your peace, please. Let them know that somehow it'll all be okay, and remind them somehow that we're not here to punish us. We're trying to help us be stronger, and iron sharpens iron. So sometimes us stubborn people do have to go through a lot more. Spirit, please continue to bless me, and thank you again for every day that you work with me and through me. I don't know why I got so blessed to have this gift, but I do intend to use it to help others as much as you allow me. And with all that being said, I hope you have a great week ahead. I know we will. And I hope you all have a blessed week. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you next Sunday.